Beautiful.
Elegant.
Intelligent.
Capable.
Loving.
What's up? Welcome back to WBC Podcast, baby. It's your girl, Miss Ebony Champagne, and of course, the lovely sauce queen herself in the flesh. What up, y'all? How we doing tonight? Tonight, we are talking about things that some people overlook and get confused with that puppy dog stage in that relationship. We're talking about love language. And no, I'm not talking about the batter in your eyes. Oh, he thinks I'm cute. Oh, she digging me. No, not that. The things that make you draw close to a person and how you introduce yourself to them in other ways is as far as, oh, my favorite color is purple. What's your favorite color? Oh, I'm a Gemini. Are you a Taurus? Like, we're not talking about zodiac signs, favorite color, and what you like to eat. We're talking about love language, baby. The things that keep you closer, what you want to feel from that person, and how that person can meet you in that aspect of your life. So let's dive into it. Get your tea. You like my cup?
But we talking about love language, right? So sis, you said, you read up on some people like authors who talk about love language and they go deep into it. And also we know that love language is a way that people receive. So it's a way that people receive and express love, and how it reciprocates. So what's your take on it?
Okay, so right here, if you can see it, guys, the 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. Good book. He has a bunch of different ones for marriages, single people, for men, for women, blah, blah, blah. It is a good book. Get your hands on it. Also, to pair with that book, I have Love and Respect by Dr. Emerson, which is very great. It's the love that she most desire and the respect that he desperately needs. And for my people that need self-control over being trusting and receiving trust, because this all ties into one, The Speed of Trust by Mr. Stephen Covey. He's a great, great author. I read a lot of his books. They're self-help and books. And don't forget the most number one book there is that existed, the Holy Bible. I
was gonna say that.
Yeah, like find you a narrative that you can stick to, whether it's the New International Version, the KJV, the new KJV, whichever one that you can understand, and start reading it. Love language is serious.
Because the original love language is in the Bible, right? In 1 Corinthians 13:4, which states 4-8, sorry. It states, love is patient, love is kind, love, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejects with truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. Love never fails.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
That scripture again says?
That's 1 Corinthians 13:4-8. So that was a scripture that I learned in my elementary days in my Christian private school that I went to. That was one of the things that they taught us. It kept us privy on in school because, we had to respect each other in the school. They wanted to teach us respect, teach us how you love your neighbor, love others. So it coincides with love your neighbor and the commandments. So how are you going to love without knowing what love is? That's the basis of love. Mm-hmm. Now, we go into the 5 love language, then the 5 love languages expands on that ideology, right? But the big grandiose idea, the grand idea, that's more Spanish. The grand idea is reflecting in the word, right? So now we reflect from the word, now we bring it out to our understanding, if you will, and then we talk about the 5 love languages. So the receptor, the receptor, and the giver. And love is giving and receiving, right? Mm-hmm. So definitely. So what those authors got for us on that take? What they got?
So Miss Coco right there. Y'all see that ring light trying to get in my camera? But she said,
I'm about to say, what's going on? You got
look, you heard her with those words trying to get y'all tongue twisted because she done studied the dictionary and read the encyclopedia before we started recording. But yeah, let's get down to the basics of the 5 love languages. And it's been arguments that it's more than 5. but we're not here to argue. We're here to give some insight. So again, we got words of affirmation, we have quality time, we have receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. So now, when we think of these, right, I want you to think about it. Is it love or laziness? Because some people, they claim that their love language is quality time, but is it really, or do they just like, want to put in the effort? They don't want to put in the effort, because then you have like, I got to stop using that word like. Oh my gosh. That's a goal for me. Try to take like out of my word and use a different one. But however, anyway, are you doing it because like, here I go again. Are you doing it because you want to spend quality time with me? Are you trying to get something out of it? Well, she even complaining that we don't watch a movie or we don't do this. You doing it because I'm complaining, or are you doing it because you want to do it?
Oh, that's where the lazy part come in.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, love language. How can it be? Is it a laziness within it? The love language. Like, I was trying to figure that out, where you was coming from when you stated that. But now I get it. So it could be just a receptor of, what do you call it? That it's more like, I am, what is that word I'm looking for? Oh my gosh. It's more like I am reciprocating it out of convenience.
Mm-hmm.
That's the lazy part. Yeah.
And then like you have some people, right? They'll be like, we spend all our time together. Hey, time out. That's not quality time. I remember working with my spouse, and they didn't know how to ask me how my day was because we worked together. And it's like, hey, that's work, but you don't know how I am mentally. You don't know what it did to me.
So you're saying because y'all work together, he couldn't say or ask, how's your day?
No. I'm saying he said he already knew how my day went. No, you don't. You knew how work went.
Did y'all work in the same department?
How my day went.
Y'all work in the same department?
Yeah. But
he
you
was
don't
there around you around the clock? Like while you were he was right there, standing there?
Yeah, literally. Like, hi.
I was gonna say something. I was gonna say, sometimes, because like even my coworkers, they'll say, yeah, how's your day going? And passing by each other. How's everything? How's your day going? So I'm like, you mean to tell me he couldn't ask how's your day going? But he was standing right there. So
yeah, no.
Stop. At the end of the day,
the sauce queen is acting up.
You all right?
Talking about she's being a butthead. And
I'm not being a butthead.
And she's showing off because she got her twisting. She don't know how to act.
Whatever. Yeah, because I did it myself, so
Yeah, shout out to her. Come on, girl.
I feel good about that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
nah, but we're gonna get back to this book because she acting up right now. Y'all know we give her a little bit too much time to act up. She don't know
acting up. I'm just being real. Sauce Queen, keep it real. 100.
That time,
but we gonna keep loving.
100 left the one and put 2 zeros.
Excuse me. Yeah, I keep it 1 on 1.
We work together, and it was more so you asking how a person's day is, not how work went. And I can understand how work went because we are there, but you don't know how that day affected that.
Let me tell you, the day starts when you get out and get in that car and get on the road, and then you got the crazy people, and you're like, get out of my way. You're going slow. What are you doing? You cut me up. You know what I'm saying? So that is all true. And well, how was your day? Because the day is not just that work.
Yeah. So like, even if you want to like try an exercise, right? Okay. So for some couples that are together more than others, if that's your case, don't try to make all your time together quality time, right? You need to designate like specific times and places for like planned togetherness.
Exactly.
And because think about it, if you're retired and you guys don't do your own thing, you wake up, you go to breakfast together, you go on walks together, you do that together, like create some I miss you stage. So when the quality time do come in, it's excitement in your voice to talk about it, right? One way to share quality time is at a distance. is to include your spouse in your day. Like, hey, you took a picture of like a painting. Don't this look wonderful? And send a picture. Don't be like mine and then wait till you get home to talk about it. Because I'll send Carlos and be like, hey, baby, I was gonna wait till I got home to tell you. Well, it's not fun anymore. It's the point of me like sending it to you right then and there. But for some people, you know, if you know your person is into like astrology and you happen to come across like a picture of stars and planets, hey, that's something nice. Take a picture, show them, or you know that they're a music lover and you just happen to hear their song playing while you're in a store that, you know, has that intercom to play music. And you're like, oh my God, making my way downtown. Walking around.
I don't know about that one. What kind of song
Look,
you talking about?
Girl, bye. I just heard that real quick in my head. I'm like, let me.
Sound like good times. I don't know what you were saying about.
Look,
okay.
It was safe and clean just now, so it made sense to.
I can't.
Like I thought about white chicks and I thought about Terry dancing to it.
Oh, okay.
And I thought about you.
I see you in the grocery stores dancing to the music that they put on the speaker.
You see me singing to the music.
Oh my gosh!
But quality time. That's very important in relationships.
QT.
Some of us get too busy, and by mistake, we forget about our spouse, right? Because we feel like they're okay. We're doing this, they're doing that. We're in career mode. We're thinking about promotion, and we're chilling, and we forget. And we don't always do it intentionally. We just get caught up in working. Like me, I get caught up with podcasting. Oh, Throwaway Thursdays. Oh, Zumba.
And you forget. Good Lord.
No, not that I don't try. I promise you, I do not try. He'll just be like, hey. Sure, we're gonna watch a movie, and I'm like, "What I got this?" He's like, "You always got that," and I'm like, and I had to think about it, like, yeah, I do. Wait, I gotta check the baby for a second.
Don't put the in it. Put more like
No, well, nah, he get the yo.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta sound like
Oh, don't. I love.
Let me come down. Let me go over there.
My man. I love it. That quality time is not a problem, but sometimes our partners have to remind us because we have stuff going on when we're excited. Even him with his workout, I'd be like, dang, bro. But you know, we just can't forget about our partners. So let's always make that mental note. Hey, what's some stuff they like to do? They shouldn't have to always bring it to our attention, or we have to bring it to their attention. But that's one quality time.
Jumping on down on that, you're right. That is very, very legit on what you're saying. So yeah, I'm with that QT because that's me. You know what I'm saying? Like the quality time, just being who I am. That quality time, physical touch. You know, cuddling. A lot of people don't like to. Some people like to just turn their back and just be all right. Mm-hmm. And then you got people that's sitting there like, oh, I'm cold. I didn't sleep good. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? But when do we draw a line on some of these things? Like, is anybody out there that has a relationship that they don't even need all that? Some people don't even celebrate Valentine's Day. They'd be like, nah, it's you know what I'm saying? It's a pagan holiday or whatever. Or, you know, so you're supposed to love each other every day. Who cares about that?
I mean, yeah.
Which is true.
Yeah.
We get caught up on all this hype.
To do
and that's another thing, too. Like, laziness and the convenience. Okay, are you doing this Valentine's Day? I always say it wrong. Valentine's Day thing because you feel like I expect it, or I'm saying something, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you doing this out of your, you know what I'm saying, kindness of your heart? Yeah. So it goes to that point where it's like, what is that? It's the thought that counts. But is it the thought on this section and that part? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it really the thought on that? Or was it more like, oh, I'm just doing this because you're going to complain? So, isn't that boring? Like, isn't that just dumb? Like, okay. Oh, you're only doing this because I'm complaining about it? You don't really love me. You don't really care.
I mean, but then to throw like a little monkey wrench out there, some people aren't.
I'll throw a wrench at you.
I mean, look. So let's think about it like this, right? Some people aren't. Shout out to me and Sauce Queen because it's been a little minute since we got to, record.
Yeah.
We've been too busy lives going on and being active in our podcast, and so we don't know how to act right now because it's been a little while. So forgive us, but we haven't a good time. But to throw that monkey wrench out there, And just to say, like, some people aren't to see
I didn't actually do all that.
Wait, because she don't know how to act. I'm trying to be serious, and she keeps bringing out the immature side of me. But so, like, some people are not taught, and then we'll go into words of affirmation right after this. But some people don't know how to receive or do that. So in that case of if I'm saying, hey, you have to do this, hey, you have to do that, and you go into doing it, you commend your partner, you send praises, you clap, you respect that because they don't know. And I believe that right person that you're with will bring out that better you. So in that case, like I know Carlos probably like, I wish he stopped saying my name, but hey, I'm learning from him and he's learning from me, right? So it'll be like, hey, if I'm saying something like, I get off of work and dinner's not ready. There's an example. And I tell him, I said, well, we've been together this amount of time, and you know I'm not about to eat fast food because you know I don't get down with that. He's like, well, sure, it's late, it's nothing open, but it's like, bro, you know what I eat, so you could have. And he likes to use that excuse. Well, you don't eat this. Well, why would you let it get that late and you know I don't eat this? Like, so when I'm making dinner, you never have to worry about it, but you know. So then guess what he did? He went to the store, he brought the food to cook the food. So it's like, yeah, how I say it to him matters. So I should say it in a better way so he can read it right. That two, stop being lazy, bro, because you know better, and you can't keep using this excuse as time go on, because you let me know from you saying, hey, I know you don't eat this, that you know me. You're just choosing not to do nothing about it. So
let me ask you this on that. Is it true what they say, happy wife, happy life, or is that selfish?
It's not selfish, because you understand that if the wife or girlfriend, whoever she is at that time, if she down, that house is down. Somehow that woman know how to have that house running like this. So you keep her happy just as well as she needs to keep you happy. Because let's think about it, it's just like, women, we're more emotional in that sense. So we want the love and stuff. And sometimes we forget that, hey, the same love you want, he want. But he not feminine, so he not going to be begging for it like that, like you are. But your man want just as much as attention as you want from him. He want that from you.
Facts.
So that's why love language is not sexist. Love language is unisex. It's for women and for men, which will bring us to words of affirmation. You want you want to hear stuff that make you feel good. He wants to hear stuff that make him feel good. If you love on him and respect him, he gonna love on you and respect you. You get a good man that's doing this and doing that for you. The minute you act ugly towards him, you're stripping away his acts of kindness. He no longer want to open that door for you or, bring you flowers just because you're talking to him like he nothing. And that doesn't mean he's weak. It just means he love you and he respect you, and you his woman, his lady. He gonna treat you like a delicate flower, and just because he's sweet on you don't mean he's sweet in the street. Like some people get that mixed up. Like some of us, when we get that mixed up, thinking our man's soft because he all like this with us, and then like, well, you a punk, and it's like, right, hold on, chill. Chill. You ain't gonna be just punking this man, yelling at him and treating him like that and pushing him when he just acting sweet on you because you his lady, you his flower. He being delicate with you. So don't underestimate the manly side of him, his masculinity. Don't test his pride because he being sweet on you. Now you think he's soft, and now you treat him as such. So I mean, it's just like one of the things that we women, especially our Black women, we so strong-minded, right? We brought up with that, we got the world on our shoulders, so we got to get it done. We can be both roles in the house, so we don't really need him type thing. But in actuality, we do. Words of affirmation versus love bombing. Some people gas you up just to get what they want.
You said love word vomit?
No, bombing. So words of affirmation versus love bombing.
Oh, okay.
So gaslighting you,
Yeah,
just telling
gaslight.
you what they think you want to hear, instead of, hey, you are the
You about to make
light.
my ego explode.
Yeah, like just to get
Gaslight.
something out of, girl, you know you're so beautiful. I can't. Oh,
That's
slow
worse.
down, Mac Daddy, chill.
Big Mac.
Like, what do you think
Donald.
this is? Ooh,
Mac
what we
sauce.
doing it for? Understand, if you're affirming something, or letting me know my worth, and you just putting it out there for me, that's cool. Remind yourself that words of affirmation is your spouse's primary love language. You can ask them, tell them, like, words are important. For 1 week, write a record or something. And if that's not your love language and that's your spouse love language, then hey, spouses, learn to love them in that way. If they need those words, you tell them those words. Don't keep beating them. Oh, you suck. I can't count on you to do nothing. All you do is just do it your way, or you can't get nothing right. What are you good for? You're good for nothing. Well, dang. You want him to love on you after that, or you want her to respect you after that? Oh, you this, you that, you and it's like, okay, there go they pride, confidence, down. Yeah. Like, what about, you're such a great person, you work so hard, I thank you for what you do for the family, or oh, you're so beautiful, baby. I see where our kids get this beauty from, and I just pray that they have the same assuring and trust in mind like you, and that they're ambitious and thriving like you are. Or I noticed you had to get up early. I just want you to know the early bird gets to work. Like something like so simple, and just I couldn't think of nothing else, right? I couldn't put myself right on. I couldn't, but I'm just saying, like, your first affirmation, it goes a long way. You want to say more than I love you too. Like, you're just agreeing. I love you. I love you right back. Like, just those things. Like, love is action too, and at the same time, start saying it more. Yeah, like but say it more too, because you never know what the person was. I want to hear I love you. I want to hear it too. You showing me, but I want to hear it too. At one point, people was complaining about, you don't show me you love me, you just tell me. But now we're back to, I want to hear it too. I see it, but I want to hear it verbally out of your mouth too. You understand my verbally. That. But they want to hear that too. People, you quick to say, well, you don't do this, you don't do that. Well, what do I do? You ever heard a person like say, write down a list of the good, list of the bad, and try to like see which one, and you start smiling when you're writing that list, and it's like, so why were you complaining again?
That's right. You're right. Yeah. It definitely is like, you can feel love, and you can also reciprocate love.
Yeah.
So it all goes together hand in hand. Without love, it'd be a chaotic world like we're in now. Where is the love? Where is it going? It's going to a point of where everything is so common and so much. We're all in a rush, and everything we see is negative. It's desensitizing us, and now where's the love? Where's the care? Nobody has a love or care in the world. And love is just, what I'm saying? It doesn't have to just be betrayed in a relationship, you know what I'm saying? Like, with a person and individually, or can I say like spousal wise, whatever. It also reflects in like love for your family, love for certain things that you do. You have to have a love for it to do it. Also showing love in other aspects. And the major love is loving for God. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's number one. If you don't have that as the foundation, then where's the love? That's how I feel. There is no love.
What about when acts of service feels like being a maid?
Like, being what?
Being a maid? Yeah. Like, know the difference, right? Because I'll have a cleanup day, and I'm like, dang, y'all, just throw your stuff here. Y'all don't even notice I cleaned up. And, I'm cleaning up because I want my place clean, and also I want you to walk into a clean home. But the acts of service would be I mean, I don't think you should have to point out everything you do, because when you start having to do that, then it's like, well, we're in competition. Like, I did this, you did this, I did this, we're not about to do all that.
That's where it ends up to when you know what I'm saying, it could end up that way, especially when you're doing something and outputting on something, and then there's no output on the other individual, and excuse me, and they start to look at it and they say, well, I do this or I did that, I did this much, and then you put weight on a scale with you did this and you did that, and it's like, why are we going back and forth like this? That's so silly.
Yeah, but I blame that on people that's just, you know, not looking at what we're talking about. You're so quick to jump into a defense. Well, it's not about that. What we're talking about is what we're talking about.
Now it's funny you brought that part up, defense, because some people have a character of defensiveness, and that can get very annoying and cause conflict. Because if you're always on the defense side of every single little thing, why are you looking at it like that? That's where you got to change your mindset and how you looking on the outside at things. Like, can't look at it as, oh, I got to defend myself in this situation. Just look at it for what it is. Sometimes you just got to be like, okay, and walk away.
Yeah, but everyone's got at that level of maturity. They go from either being like, well, you know, I've always had my back. I always
had a nagging spirit.
Defense. But it has to be growth. It's like I've always was on the defense side because I felt like everything was an attack. I felt like, hey, you just don't see the good I'm doing. You don't see that I'm trying to change. Why you always coming at me? And so I would take help as someone attacking me when I'm not even knowing that you're helping me. I'm thinking you like the ops. You're going against me. You're not for me. So sometimes, and sometimes I still do it, right? And it's big on a resume where I could take constructive criticism, and it's like, wait a minute, until being criticized constructively, can I take it?
Yeah.
But it happens in my relationship. Like Carlos will give an example, like Carlos will give like advice and stuff, and I'd be like, dang, you with them, and it's like, no, I'm not. I'm with you. I'm just trying to tell you what I see, and I know that it'll help you because I know who you are. They don't. And you have people that's close to you that won't even try to help you correct the mistakes. They'll let you make a fool of yourself.
Exactly.
So just being on the safe side, but when acts of services feel like it's like being a maid, you have to know the difference. Like, it's either you doing it because that's what you do, or you doing it and you feeling like unappreciated, like, I always do these dishes, nobody gonna do these dishes, I'm always doing the laundry, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. You know, a lot of homes are 2 incomes now. It's not, you know, husband go to work, wife stay home, the way times are. We all need to get to that. So with that being said, you know, if she could go to work and clean up, then man, you could go to work and clean up. She go to work and cook dinner, then you could go to work and cook dinner. She go to work and be a full-time mom, you go to work and be a full-time dad. And
you know, I like that, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, there's still expectations. There's still expectations on a female, like what her role is and what she has to do, right? And then it's like, we're in the working sector. Of course, women empowerment, back in the day, they fought to be equal, right? But now it's like, it's not just about equal anymore. It's more like, okay, we need this structure. We need 2 incomes in the household. We need this to go on, because it's not easy. But it's not easy to have to be out, hustle and bustle, ripping and running at work, coming home and trying to cook or maintain the household and take care of the kids or do this or help them with their homework, whatever. You know, the man got to take on some roles too. We got to take on some roles. You want to keep it that way? And you feel like I should be out here working? Well, I feel like you should be in here doing dishes, whatever. Cook sometimes, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to take on certain roles too. Yeah. Hand in hand.
And it all goes, and it all goes again with how you say it. I used to wait till I just couldn't take it no more. I'm cursing everybody out. And it's like, all right, you ain't have to do it like that. Now you made it worse. It's worse now. Now it's bigger than what it was, and it could have been handled better. Could have told. This guy's so easy to deal with. I promise you. It's like we could have talked about this. You ain't have to do all that. Like you don't have to give me a hint. Just tell me. Like don't. No.
Facts.
I love you, God. But it's like you ain't have to do all that. You ain't got to jump through hoops and hurdles. Talk about it. Well, look, today is just not one of them days for me. I've been working my butt off and doing these dishes and getting this house together, and y'all just not complying. I need y'all. I need a little more help, please. A little more help. Use my kids. Hey, I need you to put your stuff up when you're done. These dishes need to be washed. I'm not going to cook if this kitchen don't get clean. Also, I need you to take the garbage out, like things like that. Like, let's calm down, because I'm like, I'm tired of this. And it's like, hey, you're not being heard. Now people looking at you like you a robot. You're spinning around. You're looking crazy. You sound like and it. Sometimes I still hit that point where I'm mad, and now I'm washing the dishes a little harder. Like I'm medium slam in the closet. I mean the cabinet, but not all the way, just medium, like with a little more noise than usually. Because we're human, we're flesh, we're working on it. But at the same time, I'm expressing myself verbally, but in a low tone when I'm talking to myself, but I want to be heard a little bit. And I'm watching my words, because I ain't gonna call you what I really want to call you, because I know it ain't nice. But I'm still throwing shots. But yeah. When acts of service feels like being a maid. If you feel like you being a maid, then you talk about it. Hey y'all, I'm gonna need some more help in here. Let's pick up the slack. I work too. I got this going on too. I be tired like you. But we want a clean home, right? We want it to be fresh in here, right? Am I the only one? Because if I'm the only one, y'all better make other living arrangements. I mean, you know. So, but it's not that you are made. And I remember him telling me, "Well, you the only one that do the dishes because you like doing the dishes. Nobody said you had to do the dishes. You just always the one doing the dishes.
And something is wrong with you. You like doing the dishes.
You know. And then Because they hit me, well, I do the laundry. I said, well, because you like the laundry. He said, you see that? Because I like doing the laundry.
I don't know about I think it's just like more like it got to get done.
Yeah, let me tell you, bro, I don't like, Sharon Gilda ain't play no games. But moving along, physical touch are just lusting. Now, some of us are like, don't get that confused with love. Oh, it feel good. And it's not. I was like, my love language is physical touch. Okay. So what you opening that door for? And let me tell y'all something. Just because we name 5 love languages, it don't mean that you could just that is just one. Because I promise you, majority of people, physical touch is just number 2. And everybody want to be talked to good with the words of affirmation. Nobody wants to be put down all the time. Receiving gifts. I was a person that don't want to give. But I'm just saying, but physical touch is a big one to never get confused with. Never get confused with physical touch. Don't hold my hand when a group of guys walking by. Or when you feel like somebody looking at me. Don't get off of me. You ain't want to hold my hand before. But I mean that in the right way, not that I'm checking or trying to catch. I'm just saying, don't do it for your insecurities, because if we together, why are you worried about who coming?
Yeah, that's true.
You gonna hold my hand in the start. When we get out the car, open that door, grab me.
Yeah.
You know.
That's more consistency and
What'd you say?
I said that's more consistency.
Yeah. And it can be like a hug when you see him. And not just like when they come off of vacation. My little sister, Roro, man, she walked that husband to the door, kiss on the cheek, kiss on the lips, whatever it was. And I thought that was beautiful.
Yeah.
Because he leaving at 4 Sun in the morning. That little short little lady walked down them stairs, walk him to the door. You know, row 11, come on. And she walked him to the door and she kissed him and say goodbye. I think that's beautiful because, bro, I gotta take him, then I'm up. But yeah, if I don't have to drive, I'm asleep. But you know, it's stuff like that. That's action that I have a little bit of a problem with because sometimes I don't like it. But you know, y'all together. That some people like them. But yeah, love language is not an excuse. Just because you're not a gift giver doesn't mean you shouldn't put the effort in. Oh, I'm not a giver. I don't. Well, you better just start because you want to give. You start, or you don't like to start. You come from this kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
That's mind blowing.
That's because people don't take accountability. They don't. You got that narcissistic nature, and then they blame others instead of saying, "Oh, it's me. I'm the one who's wrong, or I messed up, or I made a mistake." They're the ones who's just moving on and moving on and moving on and don't care. And it starts with the accountability. So certain characters, that's just who they are. They won't say, "Yeah, it was me." They think that, oh, okay, the next situation is going to be better. The grass is not greener on the other side. So that's how it has to go. Like, you have to take accountability.
Yeah.
So the lights over there.
So I have the lights in back of me, right? And it's giving. And then I have the ring light right on this side. And I had the main light. And I felt like it was dark. So I'm like playing with it, like, well, can I just in my own way?
I'm sorry, it's just a little funny because you over there like click, and I'm telling you, it was like click.
Like, hey, say no. I'm sorry.
Click.
My guys, I'm sounding off the SOS, right? I'm in the way.
Saskin is talking. Let me. SOS, help.
I be in my own way.
God.
Honest to God, I do. But y'all, love language, right? I commend people that are not familiar with it to get from. Well, I recommend, not commend, because I was like, I commend the ones that know and that actually utilize it in a relationship. I recommend. Don't see she in the way. She's spitting her tea out. She needs to stop.
Wait a minute,
man. That if you don't know about love language, I recommend that you get into it because some of you have partners, right? And sometimes y'all break up because y'all don't know how to handle each other. And you could have really went a long way if you spoke to them in their love language.
Like, let me tell you, man, for y'all out there mishandling others, I'm telling you, on Judgment Day, y'all gonna answer the God. God gonna say, "What about such and such you mishandled over there?" You know, you had them all crying and messed up. You know, they can't get their life on track or they quit their job because of that. Why would they do that? I mean, that's crazy. No. But then God going to say, get away from me. I don't know you.
Yeah, but sometimes in that nature,
don't mishandle people.
It's the lack of experience.
Stop it, everyone.
You know, it's the lack of experience. Now, if you out here being playgirl or playboy, then that's different. That now you're doing the most. But Barbie, for some people that want to do that want to do right, counseling is big. I say do it. I've never seen as many people going to therapy now than I did before. Like I thought it was like non-existent, but it's so common now for a person to be like, yeah, I do therapy, and I can see why. I really can see why.
Oh yeah,
we need more help than ever, and we're breaking generational curses, and we're not making the same mistakes because we know better. And when you know better, guess what? You do better. So with that being said, what happened?
No, I was gonna say, Sauce Queen got to talk about it because I'm always posting about it. Yeah, the biggest therapy is going to God. You know what I'm saying? Your therapeutic moment could be your prayer. Your prayer life got to be strong. Because if your prayer life is weak, and then you expecting something to come up out of something, like, come on now. You have to get.
First of all, when you pray, you better already believe that it's getting done.
Exactly. You gotta have faith.
Believe that it's getting done.
You gotta have faith.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, talk to God. Like, I'm a big advocate of that. Like, I don't want to tell everybody my business. Everybody not for the right way that you're going. They're not for your happiness. They want to see you messed up. The best thing to do is talk to God first. Even when you're trying to go and seek therapy, talk to God first, because you need to make sure that that therapeutic moment you're getting all that you're getting in the right direction, the right person, because you just don't want to just walk up and talk to anybody. That person could be a witch. That person can be sitting there sabotaging you. And let's talk about, okay, because I'm going to bring that up in there. I'll give you the sauce. Big Pharma. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just watching something today, how they were saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, the medicines are counteracting in your body. You're going in these places and you're seeking help. Let's not forget the money behind the help. Because at the end of the day, they need sick people to come into a place to get healed. If you're not looking that the church is a place where you can find yourself getting healed, as long as you're in the right place and you're not getting caught up in the hype of convoluting yourself with the other people in the congregation, because they're not God. Let's not forget. They are not Jesus. They're not perfect. They fought too. And a church is such as a hospital. People are coming there to get healed. You got sick people up in that church needing to get demons expelled out of them. Let's not forget that. Don't go up in there thinking, oh my God, look at Sister Susie or Sister Michael. Oh, look at his fine self, blah, 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 whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or look at the pastor such and such, you know what I'm saying? They're going to help me out. Watch when you seeking people, because at the end of the day, you can seek therapy, but let's not forget, we need to seek God first. And then
The Bible
lead us to
tell
the right
you.
person. He might lead us to the right therapist. You know what I'm saying? Well, he is going to lead us to the right therapist. He's going to lead us in the right direction. We may not need that therapy. I mean, I'll be honest and real. That happened to me. It was to a point where God brought me to a point so far down in my emotions where God was like, you don't need them. You need me. And that's all I could lean on one leg, God. And when I tell you, he brought me out emotionally from all of that emotion. You can't think off feelings and emotion. That's F and E. You can't think off of that. So you got to think in this whole situation that God's going to lead you. Now, in the foundation of that love language, 1 Corinthians 13, 4-8, in the foundation of love is God. In the foundation of any relationship, you got to seek God first. If you're not seeking God first, then you're going to be in a situation that's just going to fall and fail.
Yeah.
Nobody's understanding this. Like, everybody's sitting here running, trying to figure stuff out. Why are you trying to figure it out yourself? You got to understand where your help come from. It coming from the Lord.
The Bible tell you, don't, know those who labor amongst you. Try the spirit by the spirit, whether it is of God or not. You better know who you up against.
Now, and I'm not shunning there. Like I said, therapy is good. There are some people out there licensed that can talk to you. They have a expertise and background, and they can talk to you. They can help you. So that's what I'm saying. Like, first, ask God to lead you in that right direction of where you need to go. When it comes to that, seek God first. And you may stumble upon a therapist that is God-fearing and put God first as a foundation. And then that's the right place that you need to go to. Even if you have a church, you belong to a church, you can get therapy there. If you can speak to the leader. You know, that's why I'm all for, like, the small homely churches. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that mega church person. I need to be able to be close and intimate. That's my love language when it comes to spirituality. I need to be close and intimate. Like, all that separation and all that for show, I can't do it. If I can't get to the leader and talk to them when I have a situation, what are we here for? I'm just here for a show. I'm here for you on stage. I might as well watch TD Jakes and sit at home. What am I here for?
No, for real.
So at the end of the day, you things don't work out on its own sometimes, and it may have to work through seeking counsel. But that counsel should be God first. And in any situation of a relationship, marriage, I'm gonna say, you know what I'm saying? You do need therapy. You do need to talk to somebody, especially if you can't work it out amongst each other. But there's turmoil in your life in general because you didn't seek God first. You don't have no foundation. There's no foundation in this. It's all a mess. If anything being built up, it's a mess, and you didn't follow the manual, when you were building that, where's the foundation at?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the foundation in that love? Love has to have a foundation. You need a building block on love.
Mm-hmm.
Love does not have, I'm not going to say, there's no manual on love. Love is what it is, but the manual is the scripture. And then there's the affirmations through love language. So we have to find that foundation first and set it right here. And it comes up to here. You can't have the head of this house if you're not here with it. You got to be level.
For real. Yeah, this is love language. Don't get caught up by the freshness, because you got to know the bigger picture towards the end. Like, what's your end game? Shout out to Sarah Jake Roberts on Women Evolve. She was speaking about oh my goodness, night vision. And she was like, her dad said to her, second marriage around, you pick the husband that you could see yourself holding hands with when you burying me in the ground.
That's deep.
Yeah, that's deep. And when that was being said, like, she was even talking about Peter and them, right? The disciples, and how they was brought out to be fish. All that, I don't even want to get the words mixed up and things like that. But even with goals and your vision, like we are in excitement talking about a vision. We are in excitement with a new relationship. We are in excitement with an engagement, with a marriage, with having our kids, with buying a house, with anything that seemed new and sparkling in life. We are filled with excitement, but we don't think about that dark season where it's like, hey, we come across our first hiccup. Are we trying to map it out, or brainstorm and get it together? The business. And I'm not talking about that plan for a rainy day, because everybody got the rainy day plan in the wrong perspective. They don't even have that outlined the right way. But what I mean by that dark period, hey, you planning for when we going to disagree? Are we still going to love each other? When it turning from from two incomes to one income, are we still going to love each other? When we're getting older and we notice we're looking different, are we still going to love each other? When the kids are calling us to disagree, are we still going to come together? When I'm doubting myself, are you still going to help me build myself back up? When business is seeming complicated, are you still going to ride? Like, it's those dark seasons. Like, are we preparing for those dark times? Because in the spiritual realm, how we stay out of those dark things, we casting it down before we let it happen. The minute you feel it, I rebuke it, I bind it up in the name of Jesus. The minute all that. So what happened in the natural realm, in this life with flesh, when you feel it trying to creep up on you, you see some messy stuff trying to intertwine in your life. You notice, because when money funny and you in a relationship, a marriage, a situationship, you know, a little tense. It'd be some tense.
Oh yeah, that starts the argument.
It'd be things be, you know, baby be a little hard, baby, I said, you know, but trying to keep it cool. You still the little nicknames with Snugger Bud, Snugger, Honeyfoots, Baby Bear, things like that. You know, you're still naming the names, but you still a little tense. You know, because money ain't where it's supposed to be, and you shook up a little bit, but you're still trying to keep the common grounds, because you know they really didn't do nothing to you, but you know, because hey, the first almost around the corner, and we don't have the rent money. This bill keep piling up at the bill, and it say past due. We don't have it, or we need child care, and it's costing an arm and leg, or every time you look, something happening in the car, need to be fixed. We need this, and like keeping the love still there while you're withering that storm. So that's the broader picture. I know people are like excited because of the big party they get to, and that's the reception. They're excited because what they're seeing on social media, people are coming up with dance moves and it look cool. The decorations look like life, and they're all hip and game into that, but they're not, they're not thinking about that bigger picture. But red flag or love language. Is it love or laziness? Words of affirmation versus love bombing, physical touch or just lusting. Love language is not an excuse. It's something we put to use in our relationships, because we need to learn how to speak to our partner. We need to understand them, and they need to understand us. You don't want to get caught up into shaming them or putting them down and things of that nature. But it's been real, y'all. It's been real. Love language. What's your love language? Again, it's words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, physical touch. We all play a part in that. So don't be fooled by the glamour. Don't be fooled into the attractiveness. Don't be fooled with the giving and things of that nature. But always, be aware of the word in front of it, love.